Listen to this short story called Milo and the Fox to practice your English listening skills. Repeat the story once while reading, and then practice without reading. We have helpful vocabulary in the description. Ready? Let's go.
Milo the fox lived in the heart of the whispering woods, a place where the trees seemed to talk and the streams hummed gentle tunes. Milo was known for his bright red fur, quick wit and sharp senses. He loved exploring the woods, always curious about what lay beyond the familiar paths. One crisp autumn morning, as the leaves turned golden and the air smelled of pine, Milo decided to venture further than ever before. "I wonder what's beyond the big oak," he thought, referring to the massive tree that marked the edge of his usual territory. He had never gone past it, but today felt different. Today he wanted to discover something new. As Milo trotted through the woods, he noticed how the trees grew thicker and the light dimmer. The forest floor, usually soft with fallen leaves, became rocky and uneven. Still, Milo pressed on, his nose twitching as he caught the scent of something unfamiliar. It was a sweet, earthy smell, like a mixture of honey and wildflowers. "I must find out where that smell is coming from," Milo murmured to himself, his excitement growing with each step. After what felt like hours, Milo finally arrived at a clearing. In the center stood a tall, twisted tree with bark as white as snow. At the base of the tree there was a large, hollowed-out space filled with golden mushrooms that glowed faintly in the fading light. The sweet smell was strongest here. Milo hesitated. Should I go closer? He wondered. But his curiosity was too strong. He slowly approached the tree, carefully sniffing the air. Just as he was about to take a bite of one of the glowing mushrooms, a soft voice called out, "Wait!" Startled, Milo looked around. "Who's there?" he asked, his ears pricked up. From behind the tree, a small grey rabbit hopped out. Her fur was dusty, and her eyes were wide with worry. "Don't eat those mushrooms," she said. "They're not what they seem." Milo frowned. "What do you mean? They smell delicious." The rabbit shook her head. "They might smell good, but they carry a strange magic. My name is Luna, and I've been living here for a long time. Those mushrooms, they change you." Milo tilted his head. "Change me? How?" Luna sighed and hopped closer. "I once had a friend, another rabbit. His name was Jasper. He was brave and adventurous just like you. He found these mushrooms and thought they were just food. But after he ate them, he started to change. His fur turned silver, and he began to glow in the dark. At first it was fun, but soon he couldn't stop glowing. It was like he became part of the mushrooms. Eventually he vanished into the tree, and I never saw him again." Milo shivered at the thought. "That sounds awful. Why didn't you leave this place?" Luna looked down, her small paws digging into the earth. "Because I hoped one day he might come back. But he never did." Milo felt a pang of sadness for Luna and decided it was best to leave the mushrooms alone. "Thank you for warning me, Luna. I'll find something else to eat." Luna smiled faintly. "You're kind, Milo. Be careful in these woods. There are many things here that are not what they seem." Milo nodded and began to back away from the clearing. As he turned to leave, he heard Luna's soft voice once more. "If you ever feel lost, follow the stars. They'll guide you home." Milo didn't look back. He ran through the woods, his paws barely touching the ground. He felt an urge to return to the familiar paths, to the safety of the whispering woods. The sky was darkening, and the first stars were beginning to appear. As Milo made his way back, the woods felt different, darker, quieter. He could hear his own breath, loud in the stillness. Suddenly he realized he had lost his way. The trees around him were unfamiliar, and the ground beneath him was soft and mossy, unlike the rocky terrain he had crossed earlier. "Stay calm," Milo told himself. Luna said to follow the stars. He looked up at the sky. The stars were out now, twinkling like tiny diamonds. Milo took a deep breath and started walking in the direction where the stars seemed brightest. The woods were still and silent, except for the occasional rustle of leaves. After what felt like an eternity, Milo saw a familiar shape in the distance, the big oak. Relief washed over him as he recognized the massive tree. He was close to home. But as he approached the big oak, Milo noticed something strange. There was a faint, silvery glow around the tree. Curious, he walked closer and saw something that made him freeze in his tracks. There, sitting by the base of the big oak, was a glowing figure. It was small and had long ears, just like a rabbit. But its fur was silver, and it shone softly in the dark. "Jasper," Milo whispered, his voice trembling. The glowing figure turned its head slowly towards Milo. Its eyes were bright, almost like stars themselves. It didn't speak, but Milo felt a warmth in his heart, as if the figure was smiling at him. Milo took a step back, unsure of what to do. The figure remained still, watching him. After a moment, it turned away and slowly faded into the night, leaving only a soft glow around the big oak. Milo didn't move until the glow had completely disappeared. When he finally turned to leave, he felt a strange mix of emotions, sadness, wonder, and a deep sense of mystery. He never spoke of what he saw to anyone, but every night, when the stars were out, Milo would sit by the big oak, hoping to see that silver figure again. And sometimes, when the night was quiet and the stars were bright, he thought he could see a faint glow in the distance, like a whisper of something lost and found.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to repeat this story several times to practice and watch our other lessons and stories on the channel. Thank you for listening.